Hey, what's going on everybody? Like Butter here, and today we're bringing you a video that we really haven't brought before. I feel like I may have talked about this way back in the day, but it's been a very long time, and I'm here with one of my good buddies, Pete. Most of you may know him as the Razored Edge, who recently got pretty much invoked into the group for Hypefestation. I did a lot of videos talking about Hypefestation, which is basically the competitive circuit for Gears right now, or the competitive tournaments that are going on. So congratulations for that, Pete. You got anything to say about on that regards, or?
I just want to say I'm so happy to be in that position. It's something I never necessarily worked towards it, but when the position was presented to me and Fallout mentioned it to me, I was just like, dude, I'm so on board, because I feel like I've always had a lot of connections, like between Gears and devs and stuff like that. Like, I'm quite friendly with people and stuff like that, so I feel like I'm in a good position that could benefit Gears on YouTube in the long run. So basically what I'm doing with Hypefestation is I'm kind of like that link between, you know, YouTubers and hype and stuff like that, just trying to involve everyone together kind of thing, trying to connect the two more than anything. But yeah. Right,
cool. You're gonna be doing a lot of stuff on like the channel and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna bring the channel and make it like a serious thing. Like, we do top plays of like the best plays that happened at the tournament and stuff. So yeah.
Right, that's a really good idea. Well, congratulations to you for that. But we were sitting here and we were thinking about doing some videos, and I'm sitting here waiting for my DayZ video to render again because it failed for some reason. And I'm also downloading Gears 1 PC right now, so there's a bunch of stuff going on. We were just talking a little bit about what montages have really became today. And that's not just for Gears of War. It may be, you know, Call of Duty, maybe even Halo. I don't watch too many Halo montages anymore, but we were having a really good discussion about it, and I felt like it would be really cool to kind of bring it to your everyone's attention and kind of just give our opinions. Remember, this is our opinion. You know, some people may think differently about that. If you want to leave your opinion in the comment section below, 100%, I will never ever get mad at somebody for their opinion as long as it's presented in a, you know, a kind manner. There's no reason to be, you know, a jerk about it or anything like that. So what we were talking about is, like I said, how montages have kind of evolved over the years, and I feel like it's not really for the good. I think it's kind of made montages decline, and that's why you're seeing a lot of big, maybe, you know, whatever it be, Call of Duty players, whatever it is, kind of having to expand from doing montages. They can't really just do montages anymore. It doesn't really cut it. And we're here to kind of talk about the issues that we saw within that. So Pete, do you want to start off and just basically explain like the point of view and why you think that like montages have kind of evolved into this, like maybe a little bit about what we just talked about?
Yeah, so basically me and Drew were talking about like so basically what I want to ask you guys is, what's the last like montage you remember in terms of like, oh, I remember this one clip in that montage that was like insane, like you couldn't get your mind around how someone hit it. But what we're kind of saying is that like montages have become like extremely robotic with this whole standards shenanigans that's going on in all communities. Like in Call of Duty, it's like a standard. You have to hit a quad or it's not a clip. In Gears, you have to, it has to at least be like a double blind fire with the sniper or something, even though it's gone beyond that now at this point, which I think is ridiculous. But you know those montages back in the day, like in Gears 1, where like a clip I can remember off the top of my head was, I don't know if you guys remember Reptar is Crazy. He did like this kung fu flip and then barrel stuff blind fired some guy, and that's something you remember. Like, that stuck in my mind. That came out in like 2008 or something, and I remember that. But like with montages nowadays, since people are recording for such a long period of time, all the clips look exactly the same. Like, I keep using Gears as an example, but that's just because I know it better than any other game, so I'm just going to keep it in Gears just for now. So like each clip would look exactly the same. Like, everyone does the montage roll after a blind fire and keeps doing it, and so all clips look the same even if they're on a different map. So I feel like they're becoming way less memorable, and since they're becoming way less memorable, people think the way for montages to become better is if they just, you know, raise the standards and raise the standards. Yeah, and that's not the way it should be. There's no entertainment in that. It doesn't reflect the person's play style. It's reflecting a standard.
You know, what's kind of funny is I have a couple friends, you know, who record for Call of Duty montages. You know, I'm really cool with most of the FaZe people. You know, you name it, I probably know them, especially when, you know, Gears of War 3 was at its peak. You know, Phase Agony edited my montage. And when I was talking to them, and I don't know if you know this, Pete, but this blew my mind. For standards for Call of Duty, like, you could hit a clip, but if there's other things going on in the feed, it might not become a clip.
Yeah,
and that blows my
Split
mind.
feeds. Dude, I heard about that, and I was like, what? That's crazy. Like, in Gears, that's not even a thing.
Right. Well, the problem is, with Call of Duty, it's not like Gears of War, how it's like basically timed, and no matter what happens in that period of time, it's going to continually go up the screen. It's different. It's like, if a bunch of people are getting kills, it will basically recycle some of the some of the kills in the feed. So what would happen is, even though like you could have two clips that were exactly the same, one person, you know, there wasn't much going on in the game and you can see the entire quad feed or whatever it may be on the screen, whereas if the other person did the same clip but there was other people, like, you know, dying in the feed, it wouldn't become a clip. Like, that's insane to me that someone else in the game can affect how your clip turns out. That's insane. And so this goes along with the same, like, along the lines of the same thing, where, in our opinion, like, if you record for, you know, a montage for years, you know, and the problem with this is that people who watch YouTube videos, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everyone, because there's a portion of people who do understand this. There's a large amount of people who don't understand the difference between recording for a short amount of time and you know, uploading what your play style is really like, you know, because if you can get like a montage done in a month, then that's going to reflect how you are as a player a lot more than if you record for a montage for years. And this goes back to Always Trigger Happy days, where he would sit there and honestly record for an entire year, maybe even year and a half, and then he would come out with a montage that was completely untouchable by anyone. And the reason for that is because no one in their right mind would record for that long. And I would get people on my channel saying, you know, this isn't as good as Trigger Happy's montage, or these clips aren't up to standards. And what they don't understand is that the time period that we may record doesn't reflect the time period that those people record. So there may be some instances where that's not the case, but for the most part, recording longer doesn't make the montage. Technically, it makes the clips in the montage better, but it's, like you said, Pete, it doesn't reflect how they play.
Yeah, it loses entertainment value. Like, and the reason that I find that montages were more memorable back in the day is because when someone like yourself used to record like for an entire month, you'd hit that like 3 or 4 insane clips, and like those clips would stand out, and so the person who watched that montage would remember those clips.
Right.
So it would stand out to them, and that's what made the montage more impressive. But since every clip is the same now, because there's a standard, as I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's robotic. It's not human.
Unique. It's not unique in any way.
Yeah.
Right, and what you get is, like, I can't watch montages these days, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Every single montage has, you know, amazing clips, and if every montage has amazing clips throughout the entire thing, well, amazing clips aren't amazing anymore. They're just what they are. You know, it's just what you see in every video, and that's why I feel like both in Call of Duty and Gears of War, maybe even Halo, I'm not sure, you know, the montages are getting less and less views. And the reason for that is because I remember when FaZe Clan first, you know, they had like 100,000 subscribers. Dude, they were getting 100K views on montages, because that's when trick shotting was like super like new, and it was very, very like unique. And now it's, over time, it's starting to get more and more repetitive, and you know, with the standards going up, it's very hard for people to find a montage or find anything really entertaining, because, you know, like you said, Pete, it just gets repetitive. And I think what needs to happen, especially when Gears 4 comes out, record for like a month or two. Like, obviously I can't sit here and tell you what to do, but I really wish like people would just record for like a month, or even like a month and a half, 2 months, and then just put out the clips that you enjoy. Like, put out what you think is good,
right,
and don't care what don't care what anyone else thinks, because what's going to happen is you're going to have some of those really unique clips that people are going to be like, damn, those clips really stood out from the montage. The other clips were still good, but those few clips are what they're going to remember. Like, the human brain can't sit there and remember every single clip in one montage. It's not going to happen. Where if you have good clips and then those really amazing clips, it's like it almost adds levels to a montage, and that's why a lot of people remember the older montages more than anything.
Right, it's like a down period in the montage, right? Where you're like, okay, this is consistent, and then there's something mind-blowing, so it piques your interest and makes you excited. I don't know what that is. It's like amusement levels or something.
Right, exactly. And it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I miss it, man. Like, I really miss those days where people would just record. Like, I remember Iceman. Dude, Iceman used to put out a Gears 1 montage every day.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he'd do one a day. And that's what happened with Predator, too, for Call of Duty. You know, Optic Predator. For, like, a month, he put out, like, one montage every single day. It was insane. And all the montages were good, but the fact that he would get those good clips in that short amount of time would make me respect and know that he's a good player more than somebody taking months and months and months and even years to record a montage and slap together like their best clips. And then you got everyone making random clip videos, and they're putting clips in those that are good enough to be in a montage. Like, there's no reason, like, you're not calling them. I remember, like, back when random clips first started, it wasn't really montage clips. It was usually funny stuff that happened, or like a single shot that really wouldn't flow well with a montage into that. And I remember, like, I used to love using singles in montages because there would be parts of a song, and you would sync it really awesome. And it's something about the switching between the maps that would make it, like, so entertaining. And now it's like every single clip is like quad headshot, blah blah, and you know,
it's become less about entertainment value and more about like how good was the clip. Like the whole idea of a montage was the editing, the music you selected, and the gameplay you had, your own unique gameplay. That's why, like, it's hard to tell players apart nowadays. Like, there's no individual players. Again, I'm going back to Gears, but in the Gears community, there's actually no individual players because the community's so stuffed with teams at the moment that nobody actually knows a lot of players in teams, because everyone in that team is hitting the same clips because they're recording for the same amount of period of time, and they're not, like, you know, putting out their playstyle.
Right. And I don't know, it's just, I know some people are going to be like, well, I only record for a couple months, blah, blah, blah. Dude, there's, like, you would see montages so much more frequently. Like, I mean, I put out, how many montages did I put out? I had to have had, and the problem is, like I said, with the people that come in, they can't distinguish the difference. So, all right, let's just use an example. So you got this one person who, you know, records for a month, gets really good clips, but, you know, doesn't have like the amazing, like, stupidly, retardedly good clips throughout the entire thing, right? You got that person, and then you have somebody who records for the entire year. The person who records for the entire year puts out the montage, and then people go to the person who's already posted like 5-6 montages in the same amount of time that person posted one. They go to that person who posted the more montages and say, your clips are not up to standards. This person's clips were a lot better. And it makes the person who made a lot of montages want to record for longer so that people don't say that. You know, and what happens is it just increasingly becomes more and more time recorded for clips. And, like, you know, I keep stressing this because it made so much sense. Pete says, when Pete said it doesn't reflect how you play, and that's what I feel like a montage should be. Like, it's understandable, like most of you know, montages are highlights of your gameplay, so you're not going to get a montage clip. And some people don't even know that. Some people think that, oh, this person put out a montage, so he's going to do that in every single game and every single round, or you're not, you know, good. You're not what your montages show you to be. And that used to be a big thing back in Gears 1.
People in the comments would be like, I played against this guy and he left because he's bad, even though you probably just left to go eat dinner or something.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So, you know, that's what's happening with montages right now, in my opinion, and both Pete's opinion. He sees it the same way I do, man. Be unique, be yourself. Don't be something you're not. And I know I'm going to get comments like, well, you're just saying that because you can't hit good clips. Dude, if you look at the statistics, man, I put out a Gears of War 3 montage the second day. That means not only did I record, I edited, and pretty well edited for the amount of time. I put out a montage in 2 days. I didn't have it any earlier than you guys did. And, you know, a lot of people enjoyed it, but now, like, years later, like, I had some dude raging on me on Twitter because I tweeted at Agony. And I was like, oh, you know, the Gears 3 beta montage that you recorded for me is still one of my favorites. Some dude comes out of left field and goes, oh my god, like, dude, those clips weren't even, like, up to standards. Like going off about how today's montages are so much better, even though, like, it was in the beta. Like, they don't understand as time goes on, this is happening, what we're talking about in this video. It's like almost like they don't understand it. And we're here to kind of like shed some light on that and basically explain to you guys why montages are on a huge decline.
Yeah, just to sum it up, it's become like less about having fun making a video. Like, if you guys notice, people who are successful on YouTube enjoy what they're doing and are generally having fun. And someone likes to watch someone who's having fun because it's fun to watch. But when you're making a montage too serious, people are like, man, that's just, I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with people like arguing with each other about if that clip is nice or not. They want to watch someone who genuinely enjoys playing the game. So.
Why don't you talk a little bit about, because you run Gears Clip of the Day.
Right.
Why don't you talk to them a little bit about the comments that you get on some of the clips?
Right, so, let's see. So I get sent in not a lot of clips nowadays because the Gears community is kind of at a slow point right now, which is understandable. But when someone sends in a clip to Gears Clip of the Day, and I explain this every time in the comments, like someone would say, well, I put this in my random clips. The whole idea of Gears Clip of the Day is to post a Gears clip every day. But what people don't realize is that those clips that you see, like the quad blindies and stuff, they're supposed to be the holy shit clips that I would receive every couple of weeks, you know, like every month or so, and that would stand out and be like, holy shit, and that's the one that gets 500 likes and 10,000 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's out of control. I don't understand what made people put them into that mentality that they have, but it's strange, and I try to change it as much as I can. Like, I try to be consistent with clips. Like, I don't upload bad ones, but I upload ones that are, like, you know, in my mind and in my eyes, I see them as good.
Right, so you're not basing what you post off of what other people say. That's how I've been my whole life. I've always, as most of you guys know, my montages, if you look at the clips in them, they may not be the most amazing clips ever, but I posted clips that I enjoyed, and I didn't care what people said. And that's why I feel like a lot of people respected me, because I posted what I want to post. Same thing with the Gold Glove, you know. He posted a montage that got tons of tons of views for Gears of War 3. And if you look at his clips, he didn't have any amazing clips, but he posted it because he enjoyed making the montage. You know, he enjoyed recording for it. You can just tell that he just had fun, and he posted it because he wanted to, you know. So I think that we need to change our attitude. For at least for Gears of War 4, as far as Call of Duty, I don't think any huge Call of Duty players are gonna come here and listen to what I have to say. But I hope they do. You know, I might send this to like Jev and a couple other of the Call of Duty YouTubers.
Yeah, they might relate to it.
That record for clips and understand. Maybe they agree with what I say. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up. I don't want to go too far into detail about it. I'm pretty sure we got our point across. Pete, do you have any like last things that you want to add, or maybe like if you're trying to think about what people might come back with this, and I don't know.
No, I just hope you guys can realize that I know YouTube has become a different place, especially since partnerships have been introduced and stuff, so people see the potential in money and want to have the best, you know, kind of like content they can possibly have. But the number one thing you want to do is you want to enjoy what you're doing and have fun while doing it. If you're in this game to make money, it's not gonna go well for you by any means, because it's not. I don't know what way to put it. What way would you put this? Like, if you're in it just to
get popularity, or like I mean, it blows my mind when people, like, I'll go into, like, Brennan's stream and some random dude will come out of nowhere and be like, dude, you're just a money whore. And I make, like, I probably make, like, $1,000 a month between, like, YouTube and Twitch. Like, I barely make enough money to get by every month. And, like, there's people up there making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month off of YouTube, yet I'm the money whore. And I've been doing this. When did partnerships really become popular? Not till like 2010, right? So you got some YouTubers that like started after partnerships were like, partnerships could have spiked the reason why they did YouTube, and they're up there making thousands of dollars. And I was doing it 3 years before money was even talked about.
Right, like like for anyone who used to be back in Gears 1, you guys remember, like we all just used to record and make a montage just because you loved the feedback and you're like, holy shit, this is cool, this is entertaining, and like it was just something fun you did. And then when partnerships came along, it was an extra thing to go for as a goal, especially for someone who was already doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than making a living off something you enjoy, and I don't know why I get bashed for that, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys can just keep an open mind. Like, you know, if you watch through this video and you don't fully understand what we were saying and you're about to type me a mean comment right now, take a couple more minutes and just think about what we said. Like, if you have to go scroll back into the video a little bit and listen to what we said, like, I really think we have some amazing points here. And I just want you to keep your mind open and keep open all possibilities, because it's not too late for us. Like, we can still make a movement and make montages like what they were a couple of years ago if we just add our own unique, I guess you could say, taste to everything that we make. You know, it's called YouTube for a reason. Do what you enjoy, and other people will follow through in it. And if they can see that you're enjoying what you're doing and you're doing things because you know, like what you're doing, it'll show. It really will. I mean, you got anything to add, Pete? Like, you see what I'm saying about the YouTube thing? Like, it's not their tube, it's YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Basically, YouTube reflection of you. That's basically sum it up.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, this is a 22-minute video. It's all good. I'm gonna have to put a couple gameplays together, but I hope you guys enjoyed. We had to go into a bunch of detail about this because it's a really serious issue, and I hope we can turn it around and maybe get some good discussions going in the chat. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Pete, you got any final words?
So I'm really happy that we talked about this. This is something that's been on my mind for a while, especially since I run Gears Clip of the Day and stuff. I've wanted to say something, but I'm glad we both discussed it and we both got our thoughts in.
Totally, man. All right, Pete's link is in the description if you guys want to go over to his channel and subscribe to him. He's going to be posting a lot more very, very soon. So we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.